Hey, how's it going? It's Dan McDonald here. I'm the Life Regenerator on YouTube. Thank you very much for joining me for today's episode of the Life Regenerator Show. I have a YouTube superstar celebrity video maniac, so I can totally relate to this guy. Juicing fanatic, so I can totally relate to this guy. We were talking the other day about juicers and everything else. It was like a couple mechanics talking about cars or something. But yeah, many of you know John, many of you don't, and those of you that don't, I want to introduce you to John Kohler.
What's up?
The king of juicing and blending and raw food kitchen tools, the king of organic gardening. You got your hands in so many plates, man. I don't know what to do.
Thanks,
I don't know how to refer to you, bro. But the work that you're doing, I respect. And that's why I brought you here on the show, to introduce you to some people so they can get your downloads on the gardening, growing your own food, and the education on which juicers are best. I mean, you're putting out information faster than anybody else, bro, and it's amazing. What have you been up to, man?
So I've been single for the longest time, so I've been able to focus on videos. I got a girlfriend now, so I might slow down a little bit, so I'm actually really happy about that. But I'm still gonna, make videos constantly all the time that basically I'm just sharing what I'm doing. I eat a raw foods diet, I grow my own food, I use the juicers, and I just share this on my YouTube. Like Dan shares his life with you guys, I share my life on my YouTube channels on what I'm doing at that time. I might be harvesting my onions or garlic, or might be planting out, my collard plants, or, testing juicers in the kitchen, or, learning some new stuff about raw foods that I want to share. And that's simply what I'm doing. I mean, all as YouTubers, we're just doing what we can. I mean, each of us kind of have our own focus. Like, I love Dan's stuff because, I respect this dude. You don't understand. Like, I respect Dan so much because I could never get into all that spiritual stuff that Dan talks about. But I know many of you guys like that, and I'm kind of like more like, this is how it is, this is how you do it, like how-to videos. But it's like all of us YouTubers like reach different markets to like get this message of basically eating fruits and vegetables and growing them too, so you could get them into you and be healthier. That's
what we teach. Right on, man. So you had some health issues at one time, and you used raw foods as medicine. How is your health now? Is it where you want it to be? Are you continually evolving?
Much like you, Dan, I'm always on a path, much like you guys are gonna be on a path too. Like, are you ever gonna be 100% healthy? Are you really gonna ever know? I can tell you this, Dan, I'm way more healthy now than I ever have been in my life, because I've been dialing in, refining what I've been doing as I follow you, and you've been doing too. You gotta find out what you have to do. Everybody out there needs to find out what they need to do to kind of get to that next level, to detoxify more and bring, importantly, more nutrients in. One of the things I'm really into is the trace minerals, like, Dan's also into. It's huge, and it's like really often overlooked in the whole raw food scene. And so like the way I like to get my trace minerals in, besides the seaweeds and besides all this kind of stuff, is actually I add the minerals back into my soil. So the food I'm growing in my garden is the richest, most nutritious food that money can't buy, because it's very simple that organic farmers and whatnot, even conventional farmers, are not adding the amount of minerals, 70 to 90 minerals, back in the soils like they should be, so that we could be eating truly mineral-rich food. So I think this is really taking me to the next level, within the last 10 years in my health. This is a journey for me. I almost lost my life due to spinal meningitis. The doctors told me I might not make it out alive. I can only say I made it through that, situation through higher powers. But I learned after I got out of the hospital, I had what's called complement immune deficiency, which is some fancy words for basically the doctors blamed a chronically weak immune system that they blamed on my genes for me getting sick in the first place. And that even though I got over the spinal meningitis, luckily, because the doctors had no treatment for me, I needed to learn how to build my immune system so that I wouldn't be back in the hospital again. And that's when I learned about, exactly what Dan is doing, juicing, detoxifying, and then getting on a building diet. And that's what I've been doing for the last 19 years. I got into raw foods back in 1995.
Nice, man. Raw foods for the win again.
Yeah.
As you can tell, John is very charismatic, very exciting, very excited about this information. So we'll keep that short. I mean, your personality, just that short little clip, is enough for me to want to go over to your channel, find out what you're doing, and learn from you. If there's anybody that I really think you should tap into, listen to, learn from, and support, is John Kohler. Thank you, John. Tell us where we can find you
All right, thanks, Dan. So, I mean, the most important thing you need to do now, besides, you know, put fresh fruits in your body any way you can, is also growing your food. You know, in my opinion, the standard agriculture and even organic agriculture business is not producing the highest quality stuff. So you want to check me out at growingyourgreens.com. That goes to my YouTube channel, Growing Your Greens, which is where I teach organic gardening. I have the largest organic gardening show online that I'm aware of. Over 165,000 people that follow me. I've been viewed over, I don't know, 30 million times and have over 975 videos covering all aspects of growing food. Whether you live in New York City and you could grow microgreens and sprouts indoors year-round, or whether you live on acreage and you want to grow a huge garden, I visit places and show the different practices and techniques so that you could grow the highest quality food on that channel. In addition, the other channel that supports all my habits of growing food and eating raw foods and traveling so I could make episodes for you guys is my business website. It's discountjuicers.com. That is where I sell the juicers, the blenders, the dehydrators that allow you to get more fruits and vegetables in you. I have a YouTube channel connected with that. It's simply called Raw Food, so youtube.com/raw foods. You'll see all the different juicer comparisons, you know, where I pit this juicer against this juicer, so that you guys are gonna find out the best juicer for you. Because, you know, my favorite juicer, Dan's favorite juicer, you know, it works for what we individually do at that time, but you guys might have different needs than we do. And that's what I try to show in my videos, you know, with the juicer comparisons, that there's no one best juicer, you know, because all the manufacturers will say, buy our juicer, it's the best. I don't like to look at it like that. I like to look at it like there's a best juicer for you, and with the videos that I make, I could share how they work specifically so that you could determine which one the best one is for you. Finally, the other channel that I'm involved with these days is called OKRaw.com. That will forward you to my OK Raw YouTube channel, which is where I have over 350 videos about all different aspects of raw foods. Dan really likes to get into the spiritual stuff. I like to stay grounded on the earth and have videos on how to save money at food, how to buy food wholesale at the wholesale produce terminal, you know, how to use the food, you know, from the wholesale produce terminal to make healthy meals, you know, how to grow some of your own food, you know, different deficiencies that may come up in a raw foods diet. And I cover all these different aspects about things that I believe in that may be helpful for others. And, you know, that's simply what I'm doing, Dan. It's like you, I'm just sharing my life, and if people want to listen, that's great. And if they don't want to listen, you know, that's great too.
Good enough. Well, it's pretty obvious that you like to share, that you like to give details, that you, what I know about you, I got that from myself, is you kind of keep going because you want to make sure that the most amount of people understand what you're trying to share, so they can wrap their head around it and apply it in their lives. You know, it's not just a get quick rich thing, look down below this video. It's, you're really interested in making sure that you're conveying the information and educating people, and that's what I love about you, John. So run through those 3 channels one more time so they can write this down right now, and then go check John out. Say the
all right.
3 channels.
The 3 YouTube
all
channels:
important.
Growing Your Greens, Raw Foods, and OK Raw.
On YouTube.
On YouTube, yep.
Awesome. 3 YouTube channels. I'd be pulling my hair out. All right. Thank you very much, everyone. We love you. We're here to serve you. There's no doubt about that. Woodstock Fruit Festival 2014 epic.
Yeah.
Having a great time. All right. Peace be with you. Talk to you soon. Bye. Great job, bro.
Good job, man. Thank you.